closing in around me. The air is thick with fear. Every sound feels distant. Every voice I long to hear disappears. I speak but no one listens. I cry but no one sees. And the world moves on without me, while I sink beneath the seas. The nights are cold, the days are empty. Every shadow knows my name. Even light cannot reach me. Even hope feels like a flame. I grasp at hands that vanish. I reach for eyes that flee. And I drown in all this silence of a life that isn't free. Oh, I'm drowned in silence, buried under waves unseen. Every heartbeat calls for rescue. Every thought a broken dream. I scream into the emptiness, but the emptiness calls back. And I wander lost forever along this lonely track. If I could tear away the quiet, if I could break the chain, would I find the world I seek, or sink in endless pain? I carry all my solitude. I sink beneath the tides, and the silence that surrounds me will always be my guide. Oh, I'm drowned in silence, buried under waves unseen. Every heartbeat calls for rescue. Every thought a broken dream. I scream into the emptiness, but the emptiness calls back. And I wander lost forever along this lonely track. So I'll keep floating through the night, through currents cold and dark, hoping someday I'll emerge and find a fleeting spark. The halls are empty, voices gone. The days stretch far and thin. I wander through the memories, trapped in what has been. Every choice I made feels wrong. Every step betrays my soul. And I'm left to face the silence that swallows every goal. Even laughter haunts me now. Even love feels lost. I pay the price of choices made. I bear the endless cost. The shadows whisper in my ear. The nights will never fade. And every dream I once held close is buried in the shade. Oh, echoes of pain surround me. Every heartbeat calls your name. I cry into the So I'll keep walking through the years, through shadows long and gray, hoping someday I'll forgive the pain I feel today. The night has no beginning, the night has no end. I walk through empty darkness with nothing left to mend. Every star is cold and distant, every light has fled, and I carry all my sorrow on a path I cannot tread. Even dreams betray me, even hope has gone away. The world moves on indifferent while I am left to stay. Every heartbeat is a warning, every breath a fight, and I stumble through the endless night. Oh, endless night surrounds me, every thought a heavy chain. I cry into the darkness, I drown in silent pain. The world moves on uncaring while I am lost within, and the shadow of despair will always be my sin. If light will never find me, if hope will never rise, then let the night consume me and silence all my cries. Oh, endless night surrounds me, every thought a heavy chain. I cry into the darkness, I drown in silent pain. The world moves on uncaring while I am lost within, and the shadow of despair will always be my sin. So I'll keep walking through the void, through darkness vast and deep, hoping someday I'll awaken from this endless sleep. There are days I feel invisible, like my presence is a habit people forget. They ask how are you automatically, never ready for the truth they might get. So I lie with practiced perfection, say I'm fine, say I'm okay, because explaining the chaos inside would ruin their day. I carry sadness like background noise, always there, never loud enough to stop the world, but loud enough to stop me from becoming who I was meant to be. I grieve the person I used to be before pain rewrote my name, before every happy moment came with fear attached to its flame. I don't remember when hope became dangerous, when believing felt like a mistake, but somewhere between loving and losing, my heart learned how It changes the way you grow. They tell me I'm too sensitive, like that's something to be ashamed of. But sensitivity means I feel deeply, and this world punishes hearts that love. I'm tired of being strong in silence, tired of surviving every day, tired of waking up exhausted before life even begins to play. I carry memories like open wounds, I carry names I can't forget, and I pretend I've moved forward while I'm drowning in regret. I don't want sympathy, I don't want to be saved, I just want a moment of peace from the pain that never fades. Some nights I talk to the version of me that still believed in tomorrow. I apologize for what's coming, for all the unavoidable sorrow. I tell them you tried your best, even when the ending was cruel. Because loving with everything you have isn't weakness, it's proof. I replay all the warning signs, the red flags I painted white. I ignored my intuition just to keep love alive. Now I sit with consequences, learning lessons too late, understanding that some people only teach you how to break. I don't miss who hurt me, I miss who I was when I believed them. I miss trusting without fear, I miss loving without armor. Pain didn't just break my heart, it rewired it. There's a loneliness that exists even when you're not alone. When people surround you but none of them feel like home. I crave to be understood without explaining every scar, to be loved without conditions, without proving who you are. I don't need perfect people, I don't need grand displays. I just need someone who stays when I'm not okay, someone who doesn't disappear when my sadness gets too real, someone who understands that healing isn't linear, it's brutal. I learned how to bleed quietly because screaming never helped. I learned how to break silently because no one came when I yelled. I learned how to survive on nothing, how to smile with a shattered core, how to live with pain so familiar it doesn't scare me anymore. But surviving isn't living, and breathing isn't peace. I'm alive, but I'm tired, and I don't know how to release all the grief I swallowed whole, all the love I couldn't save, all the versions of myself I buried in shallow graves. If you hear this and recognize yourself, please know you're not alone. Some of us are still here, not because we're strong, but because we haven't learned how to stop holding on. I learned how to bleed quietly, but I'm still bleeding. I still reach for my phone some nights just to see if you might care. Then I remember I'm not someone you look for anywhere. Your name feels strange inside my mouth, like it doesn't belong. But loving you was my whole life for way too long. I wasn't ready to let you go, you were already gone. I just learned to live impaired. I packed away the what ifs, but they still breathe at night. Every version of our future still haunts me when I lie. You said we needed distance to find out who we are, but distance only showed me how broken hearts stay scarred. You don't know how often I almost say your name, like love is just a habit I forgot to break. I learned to live without you, like a house without a door. Still standing, still breathing, but empty to the core. I laugh with all my friends now, I act like I'm repaired. I learned to live without you, just not the love you left there. If loving you was my mistake, then why does it still hurt? Why does your absence feel heavier than words? You said I'd be okay someday, you promised I'd be fine, but healing feels like learning how to lose you every time. I learned to live without you, but nights still feel the same. I sleep beside the silence and wake up to your name. If this is what surviving is, then maybe I'm still scared, because I learned to live without you, but I still love you there. Maybe one day I'll forget the sound of your voice inside my head, but until then I'll keep pretending I'm alive, not just half dead. Planned our future in my head. You lived in just the moment instead. I fought for us when you were gone. I loved you alone. Said you care, but love needs more than being there. I stayed loyal to what we were. You stay loyal to yourself. I loved you alone. I used to picture white curtains moving slow, your hand shaking while you held my own. I practiced vows in empty rooms, like promises were something I could tune. I knew your coffee, knew your fears, knew the way you cry but hide your tears. I loved you like a lifetime plan. You loved me while you still could stand. I didn't need a diamond ring, I just needed you to stay. But you walked away so easily from forever we didn't say. I would've married you on an ordinary day. No perfect dress, no perfect words, just love that chose to stay. I would've promised all of me in sickness, doubt, and truth, but you never had to leave me. I would've married you. I imagine your name next to mine, written once for all the time. Your parents smiling in the crowd, me trying not to cry too loud. I saw the house, the messy floors, arguments and closing doors. I knew love wasn't always sweet, I still wanted you with me. You said you weren't ready yet, like love waits on a sign, but I was ready every day. You were already half gone inside. I would've married you before the world said we were right. I would've chosen you in storms, not only in the light. I would've held your breaking hands when life pulled you in two, but you never asked me to. I would've married you. Do you ever think about it? About the life we didn't try, about the vows we never spoke, the almost family, almost goodbye. I didn't want perfect love, I wanted honest and true. I wanted boring Sundays and a forever with you. You loved me, but not enough to stay. I loved you in a lifetime way. I would've married you, even knowing how it ends, even if it broke my heart. I'd choose you again. Some loves don't make it to the altar, but that doesn't make them untrue. If anyone ever asked me, I would've married you. Some love stories don't get a wedding, they just live quietly forever. The sun has left the sky behind, the moon is cold and dim, the stars refuse to shine tonight, and life feels cruel and grim. I walk through endless corridors where echoes know my name, and every hope I held before has vanished So I'll keep walking through the dark, through shadowed streets alone, hoping someday I might find a place I can call home. Wake to silent mornings, the world feels cold and gray. Every smile I see around me just fades and slips away. The echoes of my laughter have long since turned to cries, and in the mirror staring back I see a soul that slowly dies. I walk through empty hallways where shadows seem to speak, the whispers clawing at my mind, reminding me I'm weak. The walls remember every tear, each silent scream I've shared, and all the love I held so close feels broken, torn, impaired. I've walked through storms unbroken, I've drowned in tears unseen, carrying the weight of sorrow where hope has never been. Oh, the pain, it's like a river running deep inside my veins. Every heartbeat screams forever, calling out my name. I reach for light, it slips away. The night consumes my spark, and I'm trapped inside the shadows that live within my heart. I've lost the words to tell my story, they're buried in the dust. Promises I made to myself lie shattered, torn and crushed. Even laughter feels like strangers, even love feels like a crime, and every step I take ahead just drags me back in time. The stars above seem distant, their light a fading glow. I scream into the silence, but the world will never know. The nights are long, unending, the days are hollow shells, and in the prison of my mind I hear the darkest spells. I've fought through endless nightmares, I've bled in quiet screams, and all I've left to cling upon are broken, fleeting dreams. Oh, the pain is like a river running deep inside my veins. Every heartbeat screams forever, calling out my name. I reach for light, it slips away. The night consumes my spark, and I'm trapped inside the shadows that live within my heart. If I could find the strength to rise, I'd break the chains that bind my mind. But every step is heavy, every hope I seek is blind. I fight with ghosts I cannot see, I bleed for wounds no one believes, and all that's left of who I am is pain that never leaves. Memories haunt me like a storm, every face, every name. I reach for hands that are not there, I'm lost in endless shame. And though I try to hide the cracks, they widen every day. A reminder of hoping someday I'll escape the shadows in my heart. And if I fall, I'll rise again, even broken, torn apart. For even in the deepest pain, there's a flicker in my heart. I scream inside, but no one hears the agony I hold. The nights are full of empty fears, the days are dark and cold. Even laughter feels like chains, even love betrays my skin. And I wander through this endless pain with sorrow trapped within. The sky above is empty, the stars refuse to shine. I reach for hope, it disappears, and nothing feels like mine. Every thought is heavy, every heartbeat feels like stone. And I walk this road alone, with shadows all my own. Oh, silent screams surround me, every breath is filled with pain. I cry in quiet desperation, I drown in endless rain. The world moves on oblivious, while I am torn apart. And the cries that no one hears are etched into my heart. If I could break this endless night, would light return to me, or is despair eternal like waves upon the Oh, silent screams surround me, every breath is filled with pain. I cry in quiet desperation, I drown in endless rain. The world moves on oblivious, while I am torn apart. And the cries that no one hears are etched into my heart. So I'll keep walking through the dark, through silence deep and long, hoping someday I'll awaken and hear a different song. I used to think love was a feeling, something that comes and goes. But you showed me it's a promise, it's standing still when the whole world moves slow. In your eyes I found my courage, in your arms I found my home. Every broken piece I carried finally learned it's not alone. Every step that led me here, every wrong, every fear, was just life teaching my heart the way to you. You're where my heart learns forever, where my soul finally rests. Every moment it's hard to stay. We'll grow older, we'll grow wiser, lines of time upon our skin, but I'll still see the same forever. Every time I look at him, every laugh, every tear, every year we'll face together is a chapter I'll hold close and never let go. You're where my heart learns forever, where my fears don't stand a chance. In your love I found my future, in your touch I found my plans. If the world ever falls apart and the lights all fade away, I'll still find my way back to you in every life, in every way. When the music's gone and guests have left, when it's just us in quiet rooms, I'll still whisper I love you, like it's the first time I do. You're where my heart learns forever, not just now, but all our days. Through the simple and the better, through the scars, through the grace. If forever has a place to start, let it be here, let it be true. My forever isn't time or fate, my forever is you. So take my hand, take my name, take every tomorrow I'll ever claim. You, Carol. Walk alone through shattered streets, the night consumes my cries. Every shadow feels like chains, every star a lie. The wind, it whispers secrets of things I cannot face, and every step I take ahead feels like a losing race. Hold my hollow eyes, reflections full of pain. I try to smile, but the mask I wear is slipping in the rain. The voices of the past return like ghosts that will not die, and every dream I held so close has turned to ash and sigh. I've drowned in my own silence, I've bled in hidden streams, and all the world I thought I knew is fading in my dreams. Oh, the sorrow, it surrounds me like a tide I can't escape. Every heartbeat feels empty, every breath a bitter ache. I scream into the darkness, but the darkness calls my name, and I'm lost among the whispers of the broken and the slain. I've seen the light, but it betrayed me. It left me in the cold. I've held the ones I thought would stay, but they slipped through my hold. Every promise turned to dust, every hope a thorn, and I wander through this wasteland since the day I was born. If I could tear this pain away, would I know who I am, or is the suffering the only truth that shapes the soul of man? I clutch the air around thunder echoes fears, and every night I fight the past. Drenched in uncried tears, the city sleeps, but I am restless, haunted by my own mistakes. And every shadow that I see is a mirror that breaks. I try to run, but I'm tethered. I try to shout, but no one hears. And every dream I thought was mine is lost among my fears. Oh, the sorrow, it surrounds me like a tide I can't escape. Every heartbeat feels empty, every breath a bitter ache. I scream into the darkness, but the darkness calls my name, and I'm lost among the whispers of the broken. Maybe someday I'll see the sun, maybe hope will rise again, but tonight I lie in pieces, counting all my sins. And even as I fall apart, even as I weep alone, the whispers of the broken remain carved in stone. So I walk through endless shadows, through the night that never ends, hoping someday I'll find a place where pain and I can mend. Until then I wander with nothing left to claim, a soul among the whispers of sorrow, grief, and shame. You didn't slam the door or cry. You didn't say your last goodbye. You just stopped choosing me, like love was easy to leave. Left quietly, but the silence screams in me. No closure, no fight, no end, just losing my best friend. I still explain you to myself, like maybe it's my fault. You moved on without a bruise. I carry it all. You left quietly, but I broke loudly. You held my hand when it was easy, when love was light and days were breezy. But when I broke, when I fell apart, you left my side. You loved me once more.